we got your 13th century Spanish Hebrew Bible. So this is the Hebrew. All right. So if they can read this, then they're speaking the right language to you. But if they can't, this is a knight's farewell. All right. And I'll show you that the Hebrew weren't even dressed in the way these guys are dressing right now. All right. This is your William Tilden Bible, your Greek English Bible. All right. I told you the Hebrew spoke Latin, Greek, English, and Hebrew. All right. So say by the Lord God. All right. So you got to understand that Greek's close to English, you know. So if they can read this, then this is your Hebrew language. These are your Hebrews. If they can definitely read it, then they're speaking the right language, what they spoke. If not, but this is not polio. This is their manuscripts. These are the Hebrews' manuscripts. And this is how they dressed. They wore armor. They were soldiers for God. This is a king. And he wore his knight suit. Okay? This is King Louis II, King of Hungary and Bohemia. Bohemia is what you call Czech Republic today. Prague Castle. Look up the kings for the Prague Castle today. Alright, these are the Hebrew kings that their face been defiled. It's in the museum. Alright. And you had to understand the Hebrews, they wore their hair down. Alright. Woolly hair, if you could get a good look at that. They wore their hair down. Okay. You weren't supposed to wear braided hair, and the women wore their hair in like curly afros down. So I'll show you more Hebrew kings. Let's zoom in. They wore their hair down. Do you see? They wore their hair down because they had to be separate from Ham. The Hamites wore their hair in braided hair. The Hebrew kings and the women didn't wear their hair in braided hair, as you can see, right? They made a distinction. They followed God's commandments. So this is King Henry II, and he was a Holy Roman emperor. So he was a king. He was a king, and also he was a priest. Okay, he was a king and a priest. So that's who these people were, and that's why you got to study. Yeah, the Holy Roman Empire was after they lost Jerusalem was called New Jerusalem. Okay, they called the Holy Roman Empire New Jerusalem when they lost it. So now this is showing you your pagan Israelites with the star of Moloch. So we had that. This is even showing you the black pagan Israelites. All right, and show you the real ones. Now this is King Charles V, King of France. All right. You see, they weren't dressed in the way how y'all people is dressing outside. Y'all crazy. So, alright. This is Henry VI. He was a king, Hebrew king. See, they don't dress like how you guys dress. Alright. Just gonna get into some more books. This is Henrietta Maria. You see, Hebrew woman. You see how she has her afro. You see how her hair is down. She didn't dress like you people. Alright, these women now. But then I'll show you with Hebrew women with their hair covered. So this is the Hebrew, if you see it right here. Can they read it? Okay. These are your Hebrew manuscripts from your 1300s, from your 1200s to the 1600s. I'm just going through art with you. Alright. So these are your Hebrews. Go quickly as I can. So more books. Let me zoom in as best I can. See? More Hebrew books. Okay. More Hebrew books. This is the Hebrew that they spoke, okay, guys? This is the Hebrew they spoke, and these are the Israelites. Now, this is the defilement of the kings of Israel. You see, they severed off their nose, their eyes, and you see their woolly, curly hair. Yeah. And they weren't Hamites. This is actually a statue of King David. and they defiled the nose and the mouth and all that. This is the head of a King David statue. So, all right, can they read this for you? So this is the Hebrew, and as you can see, these are the Hebrew people. Right? These are books. Everything I'm showing you are books. Okay, so this is the Greek, the Hebrews. I told you this. Those are the language that they wrote in. This is the Flanders. You should check out the King of Flanders, and this is their genealogy. All right. Count of Flanders, Lord of Flanders, Queen and Duchess of Flanders. You guys need to look up the duchesses, the queens, the lords, the ladies, the knights, because they're all the Hebrews. Now, study illuminated manuscripts, okay? Study miniature manuscripts, and you'll understand history. So this book is called Hebrew Illuminated Manuscripts, okay? See, some more books of the Hebrews. All right, that's how